All right, traders, welcome back to At the Close. I'm a little confused in this market, and it's okay to admit it sometimes. We're going to take a look at what's moving out there. Looks like basic materials leading the day, energy down big, and just kind of hanging out here right now in the SPY. We'll see if we're able to get through the resistance of 415. Let's dive in. I need to ask Joel, I need a little waking up. What should I be looking at? What's moving forward? And of course, we'll take a look at what earnings are coming up after the bell. Let's dive into it at the close.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, Joel, talk some sense into me because I don't know what's going on.
Unchanged. 41.56 and a quarter. That was our high close for the rebound. We've danced above. We've danced below. We tried to take out we did take out yesterday's high, pre-market trading. No can do, only by 3.25 points. Then they tried to bust it around 10:30. And they couldn't. They got it through the pre-market low, and just the kind of price action you're seeing here ahead of a jobs data number that comes out tomorrow. So right now, looks like we don't have much of a day yet, but we still got 26 minutes remaining. Another bad day for crude, trading in the 80 handle, down 222 at 88.44. That old support, now new resistance at the $92 area. Gold having a good day, up 33.10, 1809.50. New high for the rebound, but not so much in silver. Silver up 27 cents at 20.16, and that has the pair of highs at 2050 to deal with. Bitcoin down a G, up a G, down a G, down a G today, down 1,015 at 22.525, and Ethereum is going that same way too. That's down $63, 1595.50.
It was a tough day today, a little bit of a chop fest moving up and down, but really kind of unchanged too. We'll see how the SPY is able to close, definitely using around the 415 for resistance. But let's look at what really got hit hard today, which was some oils continuing some downside. Oxy down big there. Look at that leak. What's up, Warren? Where's the buy button?
I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. We did talk about this one. I think we talked about this on pre-market prep plus, and I said, hey, you could easily get a gap fill down to this area, and it exceeded that gap fill. What was the high that day? 58.78. We're a buck below that. $56 is the next place, and then you have the lows of the moves and the lower 54 handle. They started selling off the open, a little pop off the open. Filled the gap from yesterday. If you're a gap fill trader, 60.51 was yesterday's low. You went to 60.70, and the lower oil goes, the lower oxy, these other issues are going to go.
Yeah, something that we'll keep on watch. Does oil come back or not? I mean, it's something that I think everyone's looking at. There's still analysts out there that have bullish case, but I'm starting to, at least being a little bit concerned because those last two candles on the daily, it's not what we wanted to see after we were starting to come on back. So we'll see if we get some more price stabilization like Joel has talked about. I think that could be a possibility also. All right, let's get out of that. We can take a look at the leading sector. It was basic materials, and if you look at the industries, you're going to see silver and gold taking some lead, with silver leading stock AG. If you want to take a look at that first,
AG. I haven't looked at AG in a while. Let's move for a silver stock. And I put that G without the A. AG. Lower price stock, Majestic Silver. Moving up. You got some resistance here. I'd say take it up to 836, and Above that, you got some room to the upside. So nice little move. I like to look at the big boys. Was asked about Barrett Gold today. That's having a good day. Couldn't get it flat on the session, but that open wasn't a bad buy. 15.45 open, 15.43 low. You're up 40 cents. I think this one needs to find a home and a bid above 16 to mount a rally, but not moving as much as the bullion. And Newmont Mining still hanging out at the lows of the move.
Oof, that's been an ugly fall.
Look at
But
that.
definitely, yeah, that just fell off the tape. It's almost like, did anyone watch it after 60? It looks like they picked it up, but here at 45. We'll see what happens if gold can continue pushing. A lot of this, I think, is just weakness in the dollar. And so I don't think that, gold is coming rip and rally, coming back. I think this is just more dollar weakness, but we'll just continue to watch to see
Trading
how
range. Yep.
And another thing will be is when the dollar does, if a dollar does have like a nice spike day, what do you see in silver and gold, right? If you would see it continuing with that, then maybe the separation there happens. But for right now, I think that's what you're watching if you're looking at the gold and silver trade. All right,
Okay.
let's get out of that. Industrials not looking too bad. Coming back recently, I mean, I have it, having a pretty good time in the last couple of weeks. It's about, for the sector, I have about 13% in about 2 or 3 weeks. Airlines not having a bad day today. Let's take a look at some of those. It was, of course, some of the kind of not the names that you would always bring up, but AAL still having a decent day, coming on back there. And cheaper oil should help out these airlines.
Exactly. Yeah. I was a little surprised these airlines aren't up more today. The building a little base, United Airlines, that's having a decent day. I guess they had their days yesterday. But let's just go broad here. Let's look at the Jets, Jets, Jets. That's making a move up here, but it doesn't seem like they're as excited about the decline in oil as the oil stocks are concerned about it. You also have to talk about your cruise lines here, right? Lower fuel costs, RCL getting off the mat, trying to clear $40.
Those offerings look good.
Yeah. The ones I didn't want to take. What's going on at CCL? We got to know. $10. Get that $10 seller out of there. Hit 994 today. Bumped your head against 10 here at 999. You're also up at the 990 handle here. So clear $10. That's what you need for CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines.
Just because I like the chart and the way it's setting up here, look at JetBlue right quick. I know that they got the recent acquisition there. I just like the way it's setting up on the daily here.
Tight day. The Bears couldn't knock it down today. Great support at 8. Tight range today. New high. Look like you're going to have a new closing high for the rebound. So, yeah, a little bit of good news. Push this over 9. But kind of sleepy. Bit in a trend. It's traded between 8 and 9. Had one little blip over 9. Yeah, bit of trading range and kind of in the upper middle of the trading range. S&P's losing the close here for now, down 3 handles. Trying to stay green, but just the little waves of seller come in and go ping, 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 and knock it down. So down 3 handles, 53 1/4.
Airbnb making its way back almost to my green zone. I've been looking for this to get back towards that 123.20, which is pretty much the low from when this stock actually kind of IPO'd back in 2020. Around that level is where I'm looking for it to get back above those levels. And there's a lot of resistance also to the left that you can see around that. I just been trying to let it get back there. I told myself when it gets back there, I can start thinking about it. It's almost there, 118s.
Looks like, like a lot of these stocks, these growth stocks, coming off the bottom.
Yep.
They hit it yesterday. We talked about this one yesterday, and they definitely bought the dip in there yesterday. Good volume. Today, right now, couple daily highs to contend with, 122.98 and 125.51. But let's just focus on this 122.98 for now. That was your June 9th high. The previous day, you took a big tumble that day. That might have been earnings or a weak market. It went from 123.77 down to 115.72. So that's what I'm looking at. Airbnb, nice 2 day move. A lot of green candles here. That just means it's been closing above its opening price. But Airbnb not looking bad.
All right, we'll see what happens there. One that I was watching that definitely caught a lot of investors' eyes this morning was the mention with Coinbase and BlackRock. So, of course, this came out from a tweet from Coinbase saying that we were proud to announce a partnership with BlackRock. This would go ahead and give them direct access. And I think, it was interesting because it actually hit, the tweet came out around 8:15, and when we really saw the stock rocking was around 8:50. Now, of course, this does give the partnership letting BlackRock manage their BlackRock clients manage their Bitcoin exposure directly in their existing portfolio management and trading workflows.
Yeah, I mean, this one probably caught people off guard. It just kept on going. Still, the pre-market action was pretty determinative of the day. You did take out that pre-market high, but not for long. Got over 115. I was looking for a daily high in that area. I didn't get one. But what I did come across was back on May 5th. You had to close at 114 and a quarter. Following day, it swooned 11, almost $11. So that 14 and a quarter was pegged by a lot of people. It did get over that, getting to 15 and change. Now a red candle. I think if you feel like this is a must own in your portfolio, why not be a little bit patient? Try and get it closer to the top of that gap at 82 and a quarter. And wow, it had been higher. One, two, three out of four, 4 out of 5. It had been higher 5 out of 6 days. And then you get the news on it today. Big volume, just like not the kind of close you want to see. A lot of people stuck thinking this thing was going to 120.
We're losing some altitude here, but I'm just going ahead and I did see mentioned in the chat about the Tesla vote, and this is why I just covered my Tesla. I said I'm not sticking around for a vote. But there is the split vote today after for Tesla shareholders, so I don't know how this is going to react on this. I will tell you guys, earlier today I was short. I just covered it all. Took some gains on this one. But I don't know now. It's wondering.
Yeah, I mean, it's a random, not a random, but it's a planned event. I don't know how. I mean, they've already had a split a couple years ago. You know what the reaction was to that? Will it replicate itself? I doubt it, but never doubt Tesla. Pair of highs. If you do get a pop on some positive news, you do have a pair of highs near that 950 area. Couldn't quite get there today. So that's what I'd be looking on the pie. And then if you start to go in the reverse here, just look at your daily lows for possible support. 915 at 903.45 is your 2 day low. Are we getting any kind of news here? It's just kind of just a lazy sell off going into the close. I'm seeing some monkey.
I'll take a look.
Stuff. Are we getting some monkeypox stuff? Okay.
Yeah, like I said before, coming on, you saw Biden officially make it a health emergency. I mean,
okay.
And I mean, it's nothing too much, but there is right now the press secretary having a briefing. I'm sure that's including some of that talk. But I'll take a look here at my Benzinga Pro to see if we got some imbalances coming on in. Let me go ahead and pull that on up here.
Okay.
And we'll take a look here really quickly. Now, one that I'm kind of glad I got out of it, the trade.
You did a good job.
The Donkey Kong, man. The Donkey Kong came on down today. A little part of me was even thinking about maybe getting into the short side on it, but I was like, no. You're getting too pretty with it.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do, right? Because you're like, oh, the regrets of I should have stayed long. Now I'm short. But we talked about this one pretty in depth on the show, and we also talked about it And before we came on air yesterday, and you just see what it did at 17, right? A couple different times going back to the end of April. So you find some highs. Couldn't quite get there today, even, or did you take 17? Yeah, 1695. So leading on yesterday's low. That was a good move. I know it did trade higher in the pre-market. I think was that off Penn earnings. So nice
Yeah,
trade
Penn
on
was
that.
actually it was moving up a little bit there, and then it started just dipping off there.
Yeah, these stocks are. Oh boy, oh boy! Look where that thing went to. Did
Yeah, it
we?
was looking good on that little spike. I was like, man, I sold it too early, real quick. But then I was like, no, 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 no. You're not gonna get me playing this game, Penn. I just saw it leak, 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 leak for the rest of the day.
That was pretty nice. I mean, these are kind of jagged highs here. So you really, if you would have been waiting for the highest of the high, 39.24, you would have gotten shut out. But if you came down just a little bit, 38.95, what was the high today? 38.85, a big reversal, not a great candle. Must hold tomorrow at 34. I'll give you a zone in this one. I'll give you the zone, 33 and a half. I guess that splits the lows between. You actually had one, two, three, four lows in that area. So 33.40, 33 and a half. First things first, make sure this holds 33.95. Reversal of fortune there for Penn Gaming. I haven't looked at Win in a long time. WYNN. And that's not having a bad day. That's having a good rally. And Las Vegas Sands, that's working. They're working their way back up. So, um, different charts for the casinos. That's for sure.
We'll see if we're able to. I mean, we're just looking like sideways. It could be sideways close here. Definitely rejected again the 415s. But let's go take a look at some of the stocks that are going to be reporting after the bell. It's definitely important to keep watch on these. I know Twilio, AMC. AMC's having actually a decent day there.
Let's take a look at AMC. Apes looking for a good report. The good news is you had a nice rally. It looks like you're trying to get through 20. And you just got people not wanting to hold into the report off a buck, right? From that high at 1875. You just got to be cautious on this one because it did have uh, one, 1, 2, 3, 4 day winning streak going into this. At one point was up a buck 50, now giving it back. So people are like, hey, I'll play this into the earnings. I don't care about the earnings. I'll just get a ring the cash register before. I mean, there were some blockbuster. I mean, we did have some move. There was some movie action, right, coming out over.
Yeah, they haven't
Yeah,
done bad.
yeah,
I mean, they had
yeah.
Top Gun being one of the best blockbusters of the summer.
Have you seen
Um,
that yet?
No, I have not. I went to a drive-in movie theater, but I saw that other one that I said it was horrible. It was not the Thor movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was horrible, man. I should have watched Top Gun, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Carvana doing the same thing you kind of mentioned here. I think it looking like they're saying, well, I'll hit the register before the tape gets in there, before the earnings come. And it looks like after 50%, they're like, yeah, I'll take my out here.
Oh, look at that. Look at the string and updates. 1, 2, 3,
It
4,
was a string.
5, 6 updates in a row. Then you tack on another $3. I don't even know if there was anything there. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to sell at 40. 40.26 was the high. Couldn't even quite get to 40. It's got to be one of the most volatile um, 30 stocks, $30 stocks around. If they do hit it, earnings tonight is what you said, right?
Yup. Yup.
If they kitchen sink it, I'd be looking at $20. And the only reason is, or excuse me, $30. You went from 20 almost to 40. That'd be halfway back. Couple lows in the 28 handle, 28 and a half would be your target on the downside if they hit it. And coming back up I think a lot of people will see how the report is, but that high close for the move, 34.90. The people when it went to 37.97, they're like, I don't care about 34.90. But you know what? Now they care about it since it went to 37.97 and then puked. Looks like we're going to be closing in the mid 33 handle. Spoos dip under 41.50, just hanging here, kind of just like a snapshot of the entire session.
Oof, what's almost went down to its pandemic low. An interesting insight into real estate will be Zillow Group reporting after the close. This went down to 30, man. Holy moly. This was up at over 200 and during the pandemic in 2021 and February 12th, it was up at 202.65.
Holy mackerel. If they tag this one, and I hate to give a number that's so close, but this is what the numbers are dictating. And in the 30, let's call it 33.75. That's a bunch of lows going back July 27th, all the way for 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions. So that's $3-4 away. If they hit it, good. They like it. They'll take it through 38.39. Get a little paper out there at 40.49, and then spike high 42.44. They've also with that Zillow Group. I mean, it a lot. I've seen it go up and then get back. Show a lot of gains, give them back. I've seen it get tagged, show a lot of losses, and then rebound. So that's a look at Z, and keep an eye on ZG as well.
All right, another one will be a look into the consumer and what they're willing to afford or not, and that's the fake meat life with Beyond Meat.
Did they report today? They didn't.
Yep. After the close. After the close today. So.
After the close today.
Yeah, kind of leaking into it, but.
I got numbers I like here. I like resistance at 34.50 because you get 3 highs in that area. And then if they bust it, let's see if people step up at 30 here. Couple lows just above 30, couple lows just below 30. It's not quite a lucid formation that we served up to you today on a silver platter. Huh, Mitchy Mitch?
Yeah.
We talked about that. 6 lows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 lows in the same area. Came back down. Never even ticked under 18 in the regular session. So a little bit of a bargain if you were willing to step in there on lucid on the lower deliveries.
Yeah, I think the dentist got it right today. I think I'll be right tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
That's the markets.
That's the markets. That's how it goes. Of course, before the open tomorrow, there'll be Cinemark, Goodyear, Western Digital, Block, of course, reporting also. So Square kind of hanging out today. I don't know if I'd be taking it into the earnings, but I wonder what Dennis did.
Yeah, we'll see if Triple D trimmed going into the earnings. He said he was going to, pressing up against 90. That's been a big level, 90.67. Boom, 90.99. Strong into the report. I don't know. I mean, he's been good. He bought it in the, bought this one good. He's up 40%. Let's see. What's PayPal doing? PayPal,
That's
I noticed.
Literally what I was gonna take a look at. I was like,
yeah.
While you were speaking that, I was checking PayPal, and that's the important thing, guys. Always check the relationships. See how the relationships are trading. What did you see on PayPal that would get you kind of interested or not interested?
They sold the pop.
Earnings?
They definitely sold the pop, and you've definitely had a pop in Square. Boom. But this is kind of on the comp. This is a tough chart because you got above the close early this morning, which was 97.92. And then you went all the way down to 94.40. This is tough. This is no man's land for me. I would think that Sid did get such a nice bounce off that intraday low. I think that's what I would use as a protective stop. Because if it gets through there, then, you don't want to ride this thing filling the gap down to 90.67. For Square, 90's a big level, but man, if they like the report, look how thin it is between 90 and 100. You just went whoosh in 2 days, and then you spent one day a little bit above 90. So if they could catch a 90 bid here, I think it's, I'm not saying it's going to 100, but I know the expected move in PayPal was much bigger. Not sure if they've adjusted that for Square Inc. Oh, excuse me, Block Inc.
All right, market on the close imbalance. I'm seeing 383 million, but to the buy side, we're seeing a little bit of leak, but not too much there. Just kind of hanging out in the same zone. It's going to be interesting to watch the next couple of days if we can get out of this range, right? What would be a close on, let's say, for us, you could put it on the ES or whatever. What would be a close that would get you to the point that you're like, new bull market, baby?
This 4,200, right?
42?
Yeah, so it'd be 420, and the SPY, I assume, would be the
420.
the correlation. Yeah, yep. Little bit different with the spider. Actually, the spider looks more like 417. I think the big question here, and I don't know if it's going to be the jobs data, if we can,
big jobs data tomorrow.
Jobs
Big.
data. But I mean, does this market want to take back half of this move? Right? It struggled. It put the bottom, the good July hanging in there for August so far. So that's the question. And everyone's like bear market, bull market. I mean, you could still rally back and take back half of this move, go up to 42.20, and it would still just be a retracement. Then you could get old giddy and do another 1,200 point projection on the downside from 4,200, and then that would take you down to taking levels around 3,000. But we'll see what happens with the jobs number. We'll see how the earnings reports shake out overnight. Overall, minor damage on the day. I think the market took a pause. Sellers like, people, I want to get out a little bit ahead of the report, and then shorts getting squeezed. They didn't want to press when we took out the pre-market low. So everyone, get a good night's sleep. We'll be ready with that jobs number tomorrow.
We'll definitely take a look at that. Like always, up next, we got Cannabis Insiders. Thank you, like always, Joel. You have a great night, and maybe enjoy a little football action. I don't know if you're going to catch it, but who knows? We'll see. All right, I'll get you guys on out of here into some Cannabis Insiders. I know I've been seeing Tilray move lately. Go ahead and check this on out, guys. It's right now at $4. I used to have this at $3.50. I'm wondering if we ever get the vote. I know I will be. You guys know what side I would be on that Tilray vote. We'll see what happens. Hit the thumbs on up. Get you guys on over there and hit the like.